Hello friends. So today's video is gonna be me explaining what epilepsy is. I want to create this video for the parents and guardians of either new epileptics or old epileptics. I want to create it for them, or if you just want to learn what epilepsy is, you know? And I want to create it for society as a whole. Because I know there's a common misconception where if there's a strobe light in front of us, that we're gonna seize, or if we look at a light, we're gonna seize. But in reality, uh, 3 to 5% of all epileptics are photosensitive, and I like how Epilepsy Society put it. Epilepsy is not just one condition, but a group of many different epilepsies with one thing in common: a tendency to have seizures that start in the brain. I think that's a pretty powerful statement. So, I'm going to go through the Mayo Clinic, and we are going to learn about epilepsy together. Boom! So, let's start. Epilepsy is a central nervous system neurological disorder in which brain activity becomes abnormal, causing seizures or periods of unusual behavior, sensations, and sometimes loss of awareness. Black out. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Symptoms. Because epilepsy is caused by abnormal activity in the brain, seizures can affect any process your brain coordinates. Seizure signs and symptoms may include temporary confusion, a staring spell, uncontrollable jerking movements in the arms or legs, loss of consciousness or awareness, psychic symptoms such as fear, anxiety, or deja vu. So, these symptoms kind of sound like auras, and I also have a video on auras. So if the word aura kind of is making you question, like, what is that? You can check out my video on auras, and I explain those a little more in depth. Boom. Alrighty. So now we're gonna move on to the different types of seizures, because there are different types. Alrighty. So if you guys have the seizures that I'm about to talk about, can you please comment below on the type of seizure you have and your either like point of view, or share your story, because the more epileptics share their story, more epileptics are going to see that story and want to share theirs. So it's going to be a snowball effect. And then more epileptics are going to share their story, and more epileptics are going to be comfortable in sharing their story. And then we're going to have more information to grow upon, and we're all going to grow together as a community, and we're going to keep building this conversation. So it's going to be pretty great. I'm already getting excited already. So let's start with focal seizures. So focal seizures come in two categories. So we have focal seizures without the loss of consciousness. So these may alter emotions or change the way things look, smell, feel, taste, or sound. They may also result in involuntary jerking of a body part such as an arm or leg, and spontaneous sensory symptoms such as tingling, dizziness, and flashing lights. I would like to hear that story. So if you have a focal seizure without a loss of consciousness, can you please tell me your story below? Focal seizures with impaired awareness. So during a complex partial seizure, you may stare into space and not respond normally to your environment or perform repetitive movements such as hand rubbing, chewing, swallowing, or walking in circles. So if you have that one as well, can you please tell me your point of view and how that one feels? Because I would like to know that one as well. So now we're going to move into the more generalized seizures, and there are 6 of those. So let's talk about it. So, absence seizures. So, absence seizures, previously known as petit mals, often occur in children and are characterized by staring into space or subtle body movements such as eye blinking or lip smacking, and these seizures may occur in clusters and cause a brief loss of awareness. Tonic, tonic seizures. Tonic seizures cause stiffening in your muscles. These seizures usually affect muscles in your back, arms, and legs and may cause you to fall to the ground. Atonic or atonic? I'm going to say atonic. Atonic seizures, also known as drop seizures, cause a loss of muscle control, which may cause you to suddenly collapse or fall down. Clonic seizures. Clonic seizures are associated with repeated or rhythmic jerking muscle movements, and these seizures usually affect the neck, face, and arms. Myoclonic. Myoclonic seizures usually appear as sudden brief jerks or twitches in your arms and legs. And the last one. These are the ones that I have. I have the tonic-clonics. Tonic-clonic seizures. Tonic-clonic seizures, previously known as grand mal seizures, are the most dramatic type of epileptic seizure and can cause an abrupt loss of consciousness, body stiffening and shaking, and sometimes loss of bladder control or biting your tongue. So I haven't had bladder control yet, but my tongue is absolutely ruined. Well, the sides of my tongue. I'll wake up and my tongue is just like bleeding. I'm trying to eat. One time I had like hot soup and oh my gosh, it burned. It killed. And then the next day you're just sore, just so sore. It's like I don't even have to go to the gym because I'm just sore. My whole body. It's a full body workout. And now I'm gonna talk to you about, or Mayo Clinic is telling you when to see a doctor. Alrighty. So if the seizure lasts more than 5 minutes, because that is very scary. If your seizure lasts if your loved one's seizure lasts more than 5 minutes, please, 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 please see a doctor. Take him to the ER. Do something. Breathing or consciousness doesn't return after the seizure stops. ER. Please. A second seizure follows immediately. So with me, I have cluster seizures. So I'll seize, and then a second seizure will follow, but it'll follow maybe like 45 minutes later. So I think with this one, they're saying like you seize, and then maybe like seconds later you'll seize again because you don't have your brain isn't resting. Because like when I seize, I stop breathing. So your brain is losing that oxygen. So you seize, and then maybe like seconds, like minutes later, you're gonna seize again. So your brain is still losing that oxygen. It's horrible. And like after I seize, I'm like gasping for air, and yeah, it's horrible. You have a high, another bullet. You have a high fever. Yes, please see a doctor, because like when you have a high fever, you are literally cooking your brain, and we want your brain as healthy as possible when you have epilepsy. A bullet point: you're experiencing heat exhaustion, you're pregnant, because we want to know if your baby's okay, please. You have diabetes, or you have injured yourself during the seizure. So my last seizure, I was in the shower, and when I felt it coming on, instead of dropping down to the tub to the lowest point, I tried getting out of the shower. So when I tried getting out, I completely blacked out, and then I fell into the toilet, and this left side hit the toilet. So I got a black eye, and I completely opened up my eyebrow. So my sister came in, she saw like a pool of blood, and she was like freaking out. So she thought I died. Poor girl. So then I had to go to the hospital because I had to get stitches. Here, let me show you my scar. Check that out. Power wound. And that is what epilepsy is. That is what epilepsy truly is. I hope I taught you something today. I definitely learned some things. That was pretty amazing. Have a great day. Have a great day.